projects out of 2 fat quarters. So far, I made a double size hot pad for casseroles. I made a small jar opener, a large jar opener, 2 scrubby sponges, and 2 kitchen sponges. And now I'm using the last little bit of fabric. This is all that I have left from my 2 fat quarters. And what I'm doing right now is I am making a mug rug. And all of these gifts are going to be for my sister. She likes the Pioneer Woman, and I have sewed this out of the Pioneer Woman fabric. So I'm going to show you what I've done. I have a piece of batting. So I have 2 pieces of batting here because I like my mug rugs to be thick. And then I have a piece of cotton. Okay, so I've got my 2 pieces of batting. Then I have my piece of cotton face up. And then I have my other piece of cotton face down. And it is just a little bit smaller. So I am going to trim it because I want it all to be about the same size. And with a mug rug, I'm just going to trim it up because a mug rug can be any size. A mug rug is usually larger than a coaster. All right, so I'm going to get started. Let's see, I got my Teflon foot on because I was using that in my last project. It'll probably be okay. Wonder where I put my, I think I might just go ahead and use my Teflon. Nope, okay. Here's my regular foot. So I'm going to go ahead and change. Okay. There's my Teflon foot. Put it over there. And I'm going to go ahead and put my regular presser foot back on. Snapped it right on. Super easy. Okay. I may run out of bobbin, but all right, I'm going to get started. Aha! Let me change first because I was on the zigzag stitch and I want to go back to a straight stitch and I want to go back to a 3-inch straight stitch. Okay. Okay, I'm backing up. Sewing all the way down. Okay. Okay, I'm keeping my needle down and I'm going to pivot to go to my next side. Okay, needle down, turn. Okay, keeping my needle down, turning. I'm gonna go a couple of stitches. I'm gonna back up and go a couple more and back up. This is where I'm gonna leave my hole open to turn. Okay. Let me go ahead and trim these threads. Now I have 2 layers of batting. Okay, let me line this up. Gonna sink my needle. Go all the way to the edge. Back up. And back up. Okay. This is a very quick project. Now I am using the Singer Heavy Duty 6380. And did I just run out of bobbin thread? I believe I did. Yep, ran out of bobbin thread. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I am gonna, let's see, hello. Hi, thank you for subscribing. I am actually making a mug rug and I just ran out of my bobbin thread. So what I'm doing right now is I'm trimming around the edges. I finished everything in the first part and I'm using my pinking shears to trim. And then I'm going to turn my work out, but I'm going to have to wind a new bobbin because I want to use dark blue thread. So I'm going to have to take just a minute to wind a bobbin once I turn this work out. And then the only thing left to do will be to top stitch. And this is what you call a mug rug. Oh, thank you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in between my 2 layers of fabric and I'm going to start pushing this out. This fabric is actually from Walmart. This is 2 different patterns. It's going to be reversible. And this pattern is from the Pioneer Woman pattern. And this is going to be a mug rug for my sister. A mug rug is like a coaster. You can use it with coffee or tea or any type of drink. And then it also gives you a little bit more room so you can have your cup and you can have a little snack. All right, so let me go ahead and try to poke these corners out. Now this would be a good time. You could iron your project and that would give it a really nice look. But what I'm gonna do, I gotta take my bobbin out. So earlier tonight, I was sewing a sticky fabric. That's why I have my sewing machine taped up like this. Okay, so I'm going to take my bobbin out. I'm going to go ahead and just rip this off of here. Okay. I'm going to have to unthread my machine. Okay. I wrap my bobbin around like so. Okay, when I wind my bobbin, I just wind it around. Then you put the bobbin on the holder. You slide it over to the side. And you just press the pedal. And that starts winding your bobbin. I'm not sure if y'all can see my bobbin winding. Uh-oh, what happened here? Oh, haha, okay. Let's see. I took my thread cap off. We want to keep there. Nope. Okay, there we go. Now we can finish winding the bobbin. Always keep your thread cap on when you're winding your bobbin. Okay. Okay, this has a drop-in bobbin. So I'm just going to drop it in. Okay. Okay, come on. Okay. All right, so I wound the bobbin, then I rethread the machine. Sorry, I ran out of my bobbin thread, but that happens. Okay. Come on, get in here. I do have an automatic threader, but I rarely use it. Okay, there we go. All right, we should be in business. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the part under. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do a little ironing because that will give me a nice finish. And this will heat up very quickly. This is my little Cricut iron. Let me move everything out of the way. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that everything's turned out nice. See, I'm poking my corners out. Okay. And we want to turn our seams under where we left the hole. And usually I will put clips there so it will hold it shut. Okay, it's heating up for me. All right. Let's see if we can get over. Let's see. There we go. Okay, that is my ironing pad. This is my little Cricut iron. Okay, let's see if we can make this bend where it'll look really nice. Okay, now the only thing left to do is to top stitch. And when we top stitch, it's also going to be closing up the hole that we left. I want to get very close to the edge. And I'm going to back stitch at the beginning. Let me put you guys back over here. There you go. Okay. We always want to leave our needle down, put our presser foot up, and turn our work. Okay. Okay. Okay, needle down, presser foot up, and turn your work. Okay, needle down, presser foot up, turn your work, and this takes us to the last place we have to top stitch. Okay, and then our project's finished. It is a reversible mug rug. And just so you know, all of these projects were made with just 2 fat quarters of material. We have a small and large jar opener, 2 scrubbing sponges, 2 regular kitchen sponges, and we also have a double hot pad for casseroles, also reversible. And then the last thing is a mug rug. So all of those projects came out of just 2 fat quarters, which is just pieces of fabric which are size 18 by 21. This pattern is the Pioneer Woman, and it was purchased at Walmart. Thank you for being with me tonight. Please, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel and join me for more tutorials. Have a great night. This is Nana with Sew It Seams.